Let's go back to a theme that I think is relevant in the relationship that you had with Coach Izzo. And that theme is consistently being willing to do the work that it takes to overcome adversity. Okay. And I know with all of the records that he's setting and his achievements, every season that goes by, there's a new notch on the belt, if you will. But it takes failing. It takes losing. It takes dealing with unexpected adversity to continue to be able to win. Right. And I think every person who's achieved a lot in life has acknowledged the value of failure, the value of adversity in the things that they've achieved. 6 surgeries, 5 on your right knee, 1 back surgery because of the rehab.
Yep. And
all of those occurring once you went pro. Talk to me about what that was like. Who did you tap into to help you win the war in the mind about just coming back every time?
Yeah, the first one, my second year with the Clippers, Elton Brand tore his Achilles in the preseason. My opportunity comes, which those do come in the NBA. You just have to be ready and healthy. And 2 weeks into the season, tore my ACL, herniated a disc in my back during the rehab. And that was really my first time ever dealing with a major injury. Coming back from that, being in the NBA and having a goal of playing still, that helped me. When I went to Europe, I started having swelling, and then every year for 4 years in Moscow, I had a different surgery. Probably the toughest time in my career was when I was in the D League in between NBA and Europe. I had a concussion that I needed to literally stay in my hotel for 2 weeks with the lights off, and I blew through my first rookie contract, and I couldn't pay my car bill. Somehow in Portland, Maine, in a Marriott for 2 weeks, that's where I found my drive, just my relentless ability to, okay, what do I got to do tomorrow? Let's not worry about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen the next day. What can I control today? Because I can't control all this stuff happening. I think that's where that really set me up for life you're going to have adversity. If you're doing anything substantial, there's probably other people out there doing it. You're going to run into some adversity, competition. But the only thing we can do is control what we can. And as simple as that sounds, that helped me because I had a goal of winning the European Championship. After taking out 3 huge pieces of debris from my knee, Dr. James Andrews, one of the best in the world, saying you might be able to play again. That next season, we won the Euro Cup Championship, and I led the finals in every major statistical category. And then I got to play 1 more year, even though I tore a different muscle every year, my final year. And then you get to the end and retire your dreams, and you're like, well, where's the celebration? Where is everybody? And then that lesson was success is a journey, not a destination. And so I would have never been the man I am today, accomplished what I have and hopefully will, without going through just the worst times, in my life. Obviously, I'm very blessed to be able to do a lot of things, but I don't think people realize how good or how far they can go unless they're in a bad spot, because it's what they say, rock bottom is a hell of a jumping off point. Yeah.
And remind planet Earth how old you are right now.
37.
Yeah. I'm like, there are 50-year-olds getting their shit together in business. And I think That is one of the reasons. And look, people know that we're close, and you know, I'm pretty close to everybody that I talk to on our podcast, right? That's what I think keeps our podcast pretty special, and the conversation is unique, is that, you know, we're not bringing on strangers, but how intimately I've gotten to know you. I'm like, I just have not come across many people in your age group that not only are this unflinchingly committed to greatness. You know, Samantha talked to me this morning and last night. She's like, hey, why don't you just be great? Instead of fumbling, instead of making the mistake consistently, like, why don't you just choose to never make that mistake again and be great? Be great. And I've met very few people your age that just have had a life of consistently overcoming adversity with the commitment that, like, look, I'm just going to do some really dope, great shit. It's going to be awesome. And that's what I'm going to be about. That's what my life story is going to be about. And I just got to tip my hat to you, right?